that was close. That was really close, guys. I started at the shop today. You know, hard at work, slaving away, as I always do. And it suddenly dawned on me, January the 31st, I haven't been to Southbourne once this year. This calendar month. Panic alert. It's now 10 to 8. I've literally grabbed stuff. I'll figure out what stuff I've got in a minute. And come down Southbourne. I couldn't go a whole calendar month without fishing down here, could I? It's like my second home. So there, I've made it down here. Panic over. I literally have just the leftover stuff from my sandbags session. So I guess I'll be ray hunting, there's a surprise. And I've got some heavy-duty flappers. And by heavy-duty flappers, I mean size... What have I got at the bottom here? Let me just figure things out. Let me just get the script together. Hang on, guys. Right, so on the bottom of my flapper, I have a 2.0 hook. I'm going to load that up with a whole sandal, probably with a bit of squid wrapped around it. My other two hooks are size 1s. All the hooks are on 050 snood. It's a bit of over 80 body. It's just sort of what I class as a heavy-duty flapper. You know, I'm often down here fishing size 4s and 6s and 2s, little bits of worm, delicate stuff, I don't know, flatties, or in the summer months for scad, mackerel, bream, blah, 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 blah. But this is just like a general, chuck it out there, hope for a dog, ray, conger, bass type thing. What's all that about? And then, obviously, a bar rig. Clipped up, leathered up, out there. I've got that one out. I had to get a rod out first as soon as I got down here because I'm, you know, an excitable child, and that was priority over setting up the cameras. Yeah, so I've got just over 4 hours to try and put a fish on the beach in January. Right, so excuses time. Excuses part of the video, which I always like to try and get out of the way, done with early. It is a rubbish tide. It was like a bit of a flat line neap. High tide was about half an hour ago. And the sky is clear, the sea is flat and clear. The conditions are rubbish. But I have this conversation with so many people in the shop. He comes and goes, oh, tides aren't any good tonight, I don't think I'll go. Oh, the weather's glorious, go fishing. Much more fun down here, even if I blank. I sat at home watching, I don't know, whatever people watch on TV nowadays. Me, hopefully. Here's a good little tip for you guys. Let me move my tray a little bit closer. Tom's Top Tips. That should become a feature, shouldn't it? When you're baiting sand eels, did you know... Let me just trim that. Did you know you can use baiting needles just like you would worms? So if you, for whatever reason, struggle to bait up sand eels, which is perfectly plausible and nothing wrong with that, treat it exactly as you would a ragworm. Stick it on your baiting needle. Piece of cake, right? Everything's easy when you know how. Anyway, there we go. I'm not going to whip that up with elastic because of this one on me flapper, on my second rod, I'm only flopping maybe 50 yards here. So for those of you who haven't fished Southbourne, or for those of you who haven't sat through my other videos, which is fine, I understand. I'm not going to get upset about it. Anyway, there's a sandbar running out here. Now, depending exactly where you are on Southbourne, it does vary in distance. Now, the bit of beach I'm fishing at right now, it's approximately 80-ish yards. So that means on the inside of that, around the sort of 60 to 70 yards, there's a nice big deep gully before it comes up onto the sandbar. So I'm plopping the bait in there because that's a great fish holding location. The other rod with the single hook clip down has gone as far over the top of that as you possibly can. Now, if you're honest with yourself and you think, I can probably only cast 80, 90 yards maximum, then just put it 50, 60 yards. Don't bother putting it on top of the bar. If you can't hit it 120, 130, 140, whatever, then fine, it's not a problem, just stay short of it. I haven't had huge amounts of success propping it on top of the bar. Okay, so short or long. But short is good. My PB small-eyed, of... I really must write down my PBs. £11 one, I think, was 30 yards out, I reckon. That close in down there. Distance isn't essential. It's nice sometimes. It's not essential. I can't quite believe how gorgeous it is tonight. I think we've had everything in January. We came into the year with torrential winds and rain and flooding, and it was just horrendous. It seemed to be forever. And then that stopped, and it went to -1 billion. And now that stopped as well. And now we have exactly what I wanted, which is no wind, no rain, and warmth. Bear in mind, last video I did, well, so the first video I did was sandbanks. I picked that area because it was blowing a hoolie from the west, and it's nice and sheltered up there. The next video I did was attempting to catch a flounder, but just freezing to death. And now, third video here, it's like completely different months. 8 degrees. That's a little bit different to last time we spoke. Back to Costa del Bournemouth. Am I confident I'm going to catch a fish? Yeah! I'm always confident. I could analyse it and go, the tides are rubbish and the sea's wrong and blah, 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 blah. But I'm always confident. And when the conditions are like this, I couldn't give 2 hoots if I don't. Well, the first hour came and went pretty sedately. About the only thing that really happened was the temperature dropped. What did I say it was? 7 degrees when I got here. I think it's probably dropped by about 7 degrees. But it's still a beautiful night. Anyway, first hour came and went, rather sedately, nothing happening. And just as this tide has started to ebb a little, it just exploded into life with humongous fish. Look at that. That's a whiting. And that is another whiting. Yep. Worth the frostbite alone, those two. It's gone mad. Craziness. Look at this. If I can pick them up. Three enormous whitings. Look at that. I mean, that's the next best thing to a cod, right? Eating everything they are. One on the bottom had sand eel, one in the middle had squid guts, and the one at the top had a bit of worm. They are notoriously difficult things to catch, aren't they, whiting? Best tactic for them does seem to be put a baited hook in the water. I'm actually quite surprised there's so many around. Gin clear conditions, brightish moon, flat, rubbish tides. I mean, I know they're tiny, but catch some fish nonetheless. That's a funny looking whiting. Someone stuck a couple of wings on it. Gonna struggle to make that one look big though, aren't I? Little baby small-eyed. But at least it's something else. At least it's a little bit of variety. I do love these things. Hopefully it means they'll have a little feeding window maybe. Maybe it's a good sign. Maybe there's a big one out there waiting to chomp my bait. Right, let's get us back anyway. Excitement. I don't know if you can pick those up on camera. Tiny, tiny little rattles. Little pin whiting nibbling away. It's keeping the rod moving all night. There's been plenty of them. It's this one I want to see going now. How much is that hooping over? Running out of time. It's way past my bedtime. And probably the late start. Well, unsurprisingly, the tap tap rattle rattle was another whiting. Plenty of these around tonight, which genuinely has surprised me given the conditions. I'd have thought a lot less little fish, chance of a better fish, but it wasn't to be. Never mind. I've had plenty of whiting, so the rod tip's been moving all night. I've had that one little ray. It was a little one, but it's still a ray. I can count that right. It's just been nice to be out, really. Gorgeous conditions. Managed to sneak one in before January finished. Roll on February. Until then, see you later, guys.